Welcome to another episode of the Independent Creator Podcast. I'm your humble host, Josh, and tonight we're actually going to be talking about chatbots. What are they? Is it good to have it locally installed or use a cloud-based one? And we're also going to look at Beatbot, Atom, and mix it up. So tune in, folks. This is going to be a good episode. All right, so what it is a chatbot is pretty much your unsung hero that, pretty much takes care of everything within your stream. It does everything from interacting with your viewers. So if they type something in chat that you have set up previously as like a command, it gives them exactly what you set up. So let's say if you want to have a Discord server come up whenever they type !Discord, instead of you constantly having to say it or copy and pasting it, your chatbot does it for you. It's great, and it does so much more too. There's many different services within the different things that we're going to take a look into that sets up like channel points and has walk-on music for your regulars that come in and they type something in chat, and all of a sudden something play in the background and an image will pop up on screen. And it's just something that, gives back to your community. It makes not only your life easier to focus on the content that you're producing, but also your viewers as well, to have more fun in your live streams. So chatbots pretty much are an important essential to, a content creator. They are the lifeblood of you. So, and there are different versions of them. We'll talk about that later, as like a locally installed or use a cloud-based one. There's plenty of free ones. There's also ones that you have to pay for or to have a pro plan to get more benefit out of that chatbot. So chatbots have been around for almost a decade, really, it seems like. Since, the really beginnings of Twitch, chatbots were kind of needed to help get the information out there to your viewers. Like I said, with either Discord or at the time it was probably a TeamSpeak servers, other kind of, was it Twitter was even around back then, or forums or a website or even a YouTube page. It's whatever you can think of. It's kind of the chatbots were there to help the streamer, the content creator, continue creating their stuff. So it's something that is highly important, and not only just something that you can just go, hey, I'll just go ahead, pick the first one I see and I'll use that for the rest of my time. Well, like last week when we talked about the monetization options, there is a lot of there's a lot of options for chatbot. So it's just something that you can like, oh, I like this particular one, but it's missing certain features I need that this one actually has, but it also incorporates other thing that might be a good use for me down the road. So is this something that you have to figure out? And really, it's kind of neat to see that you can take your information from one chatbot and pretty much integrate it with or move it from one to the other, and just continue down that line. So if you get bored or you get tired of this one particular chatbot and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to take my commands. I'm going to go somewhere else. I don't like this one anymore. I'm tired. I'm done playing with you. You know that meme. So it's kind of that they're all pretty much interoperable. Is it interoperable? Whatever. I'm going to go with that. That they're pretty much can work as each other is pretty much the same. They all provide that basic function of providing information to your viewers, and also incorporate fun little things that you can add into it that your viewers can have fun with. So that is the essential roundabout way of what is chatbots. You have, like I said, you have different options. You have like Nightbot, that's still around. There's MooBot. Most of them, I should say, is focused on the Twitch ecosystem, because that's a lot of times where a lot of people start, and it's also the oldest live streaming space that is around for now that I can think of. There are a few, very little, that are incorporating YouTube as part of being a chatbot for YouTube live streams. And now the thing with that is YouTube's kind of not as generous with the APIs and having chatbots, push stuff to the service. From what I understand, it's still it's restricted, but not as restricted as it once was. So it's kind of, it's getting there. It's getting better. Unfortunately, because YouTube it's a massive ship and it takes forever to make any changes. So it takes a long time for stuff to go through, the corporate funnels. It's like one person has to sign off on it, then it gets moved to another department. That department head has to sign off on it, and that they send it to another department, and so on and so forth. It's just, it's just very overly complicated, but that's what happens when you are a multi-billion viewership behemoth worldwide, and live streaming is just like one small aspect of what you can do on the platform. So it's kind of nice to see that they are adding these options for YouTube into these chatbot integrations. But like I said, there's I think off the top of my head, there's probably 2, maybe 3 chatbots that have YouTube integration. Now, there's also some that are incorporating Kick into the mix as well. And now not going to talk about Kick and everything that's been going on with that. It's just that Kick is an option for a lot of chatbots, that because a lot of people are requesting the access into it. But the thing is that chatbots only can do so much, because Kick themselves, at the time of this recording, has still not released their API. Even though they said, "Oh, it's coming in like a couple weeks ago," now it's almost a month and a half ago. So they're pretty much, pardon the pun, kicking the can down the road. And it's just really, you got to think about, like, I want to do something, but I don't want to rely on one thing, especially from a platform that is not. I'm coming from a person who has no idea what coding is or API or anything like that is involved with it. So take what I say with a grain of salt. But it's taken a long time, and they have the resources, they have the money, and I'm sure they have the know-how to get an API up and running. I mean, seriously, use some of that stake.com money. Get it working, guys. But it's a lot of things. They're integrating, some chatbots integrate multi-platform. They have Twitch, they got Kick, they got Trovo, YouTube. So a lot of the times a chatbot will integrate with another live streaming service and try to keep everything all in one location, because a lot of people want the simple fact of using one, maybe 2 chatbots, and that's it. And once someone uses a chatbot, they pretty much use that for life, or as long as they're creating content or live streaming. So they really don't want to bounce around from different chatbots. I and probably a few others are like the exception to the rule, because I bounce around a lot too. Different chatbots, or I use multiple chatbots that essentially do the same function. But not recently, but over the past year, I've kind of focused my usage of chatbots to 1 and 2, actually 2, but majority is 1 is just through Beatbot, that I have all of my commands go through and everything else like that. I use Atom for channel points and a couple other, like 1 or 2 other things, and that's pretty much it. That's a weird sound. Okay, we'll roll with that. But chatbots are pretty much are as eclectic as the streamer is. They are doing whatever they want. Or no, I should say they're not doing everything that they want, but they provide a service that a lot of streamers are looking for. And again, like I said, a lot of them are free to use. There are some that provide a pro plan or a subscription model, or you have to pay to actually use it. But It's just because there's probably one or two small developers that are developing the program, and this is a thankless job of creating, being a developer to these chatbots and for people to use. A lot of the infrastructure that these chatbots run off of, especially the cloud-based ones, are expensive. You got hundreds or thousands of people using it, making calls, and it's just like, yeah, you gotta pay for that server infrastructure. So, chatbots in a nutshell are what every content creator, live streamer pretty much relies on, and it's the backbone of who they are and what their stream is capable of. Now, I mentioned earlier what the difference, or I said that there's a difference between a locally based and a cloud based one. Well, there's two big differential that makes these two sides of the same coin and very important. Let's take a look at the locally based one. What I mean by locally based one is that it's a bot, or it's just a program that is installed on your computer that you run on your computer. It's something that you have to start up even before you get started streaming, and it uses your computer's resources to operate as a cloud-based one would use a cloud-based infrastructure or server somewhere. So a cloud-based is a little bit, I would say, it has some advantage over a cloud-based one. So locally installed means that you can do a little bit more. It's more tightly integrated into your actual stream. It can provide a way to set up scenes, changing your scenes on your OBS. It can change browser sources on the fly. It can do a lot of things, and it could be a great automation tool that you can use. I know I'm not using the term like AI as like your automation tool, but no, automation in the fact that if, let's say, to take the case with Atom, is that you can have it, if you're playing a certain game, you can have your Twitch channel points are specific to that particular game, and decide if you want to change games. It automatically recognizes that change and then clears out your channel points and puts in the new points that are related to whatever game that you're playing at the moment. So there's a lot of good automation that these locally based installed chatbots can do for you. And they also can pull from your computer where you have a file of sound effects that you want to use or music that you want to use. Let's say someone comes into your stream as a regular chatter, and as soon as they type something the first time in your chat when they come in, and like I mentioned before, is that a sound or a music bed plays in the background, and a graphic pops up on the stream, and you say, "Hey, welcome so and so. How's it going? Welcome on in." Go down that route. And you can do so much more. So if you do, I know with Firebot, it's mostly Firebot is another locally based or locally installed chatbot that you can change when someone comes in, and it has like a shout out command, but you can tie it to whenever they first type something in the chat. So it's kind of like a shout out. And you can have music playing and has a graphics with their user avatar or profile picture, and their name and a link in chat. And you can go completely balls to the wall with that. Now, another thing with the locally installed chatbots is if you ever, I want to direct you to someone who's called Nutty. He streams a lot on Twitch, but he also has a YouTube channel where he posts up stuff that he's been working on. And the stuff that he's come up with is insane, pretty much, where you can call up these, I'm call them mini games, or like count Pokemon that run across the screen, and it's a whole little fun thing. It's like good 60 seconds of going through this, and the people chat, type in what they believe, how many Pokemon have run across the screen, and it's all good fun. It's just something that he created in a program called StreamerBot. So there's a lot of stuff that is going on there that he can post and say, hey, this is what you can do with this. Hey, what's up, Lo-Fi Monk? Awesome. Well, welcome on in. We'll be talking about Mix It Up in just a little bit. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that he's done, and it's just completely, it's weird to see how, the things that you can do with a locally based or a locally installed chatbot. Now, there's other ones, if we move from computer based, like locally installed, to cloud based. Cloud based is, again, just think of it as like it's installed not on your computer, but somewhere on a server in the cloud. And now you're going to have pretty much the same functionality. You'll have your commands, your different callbacks, call to actions, and shout out commands and stuff like that. But the problem is that it's not tightly integrated into your system. So it doesn't really have the capability to change your OBS scene. It's not going to say, oh, you're playing Cyberpunk. Let's go ahead and change your OBS scene to the Cyberpunk scene. No, it's not really going to have that control because it does not see what's going on in your computer because it's installed somewhere else. So for those, it's a little bit easier for a new person coming in, and they're not inundated with all of the options are available on a local install copy. So it gives them the simple things like making commands. You can post in your Discord link command, your YouTube, follow your own socials or your link tree or anything like that. That simple commands. You can set it up for like !Discord, and it'll pull up in chat !Discord, and a command, come follow me on the Discord link, and here's the link. And it gives you options as well as some channel point integration. It's a good point to look at is the Stream Elements system. They have a chat bot that is a cloud-based bot, and it does a lot of like a loyalty-based program. So if your viewers are watching and they start accruing some points that they can use in your shop, if you have set that up, they can buy, or I should say with air quotes, buy like a game that you have set up with the game code in there or whatever that you have set up in your store. So they can use that as a loyalty program if you're using Stream Elements. And a lot of these cloud-based ones have that capability as well to do a loyalty-based point system. It's not going to be as robust, but it's still something there that you can use. And it's something that a lot of people kind of go towards, like Nightbot. There's MooBot. Beatbot is another good one that I use. And blinking on Stream Elements. And there's probably Botrix and Botissimo are another couple cloud-based. And you have plenty of options that going through these, and I'll show you here in just a moment, because once I go look through all these different options for different bots. But yeah, that's the difference between a cloud-based and a locally based chatbot. Is this how much integration that you want to go with, or do you want to go with a more simple, easy to use, just to get started as quickly as possible, put some commands out there, and just get started creating your content. And chatbots on the cloud are a perfect way to do that. You don't have to worry about being with all the different options thrown at you. So again, look at what you want to do in the long term. You don't have to, you're not stuck with one bot. You can go to a different one if you feel that cloud-based is no longer serving your purpose. Go to it, try out Mix It Up or Atom. It's just, something that you can do. Now, let's take a look at some of these bots, shall we? One of them, let's go ahead and start with Beatbot. Let me get to the right scene here. Now, of course, I'm logged in on my Two-Ton Waffle account. This is my gaming account that I use. And full disclosure, I am an ambassador for Beatbot, so I have to put that out there. I do get a couple things that are part of being an ambassador to Beatbot. So I kind of have a bias, but I can see the other bots that are a good thing. So I'm not like, oh, you got to use Beatbot and nothing else. No, you can use other ones. So Beatbot is a perfect example of a cloud bot. If you go to beatbot.app, and it's free to use. There is a pro plan that you can purchase to get some upgraded options that you really don't need, but it's just something that if you're thinking about doing that and you want to upgrade your account, it's the option is available for you. So we have a couple of options here. We got your dashboard. You have your home screen, so you can put in like your title. You have your different messages that come in through chat, events. So if someone follows, subscribes, and stuff like that, and you have your chatters list. So it's a simple home dashboard. You can set up where you can have an integration between Trovo, Twitch, and Kick, and also you can integrate it with your Discord server as well. So you can use the same commands in Beatbot in your Discord server. So let's take actually a good look at our commands, because this is like the meat and potatoes of any chatbot is going to have a commands center where you can set up your commands. So as you can see, I have a couple here. I have at least 25 commands ready to go. This one, the ones in red are off. So it gives you an option that you can post them up. And if you want to have, I'm only doing streams, like let's say it's like stream specific commands. Say for this one, I don't use anymore. It's on for Twitch. It set up a clip command where it will take a clip of your stream, post it up in your Discord server as a link or an embed link. Hey, what's up, typical streamer? So it'll set up an embed link inside your Discord server. I was playing around with it. It's great. It's from a third-party tool from another site that is you can integrate it with when it does a URL fetch or a call to a URL. And you have a couple other ones. You have I have an advice one. So if you type !advice in my Twitch chat over on Two Ton Waffle, it'll give you some useful advice. I don't know how useful it might be, but it gives you advice. I also got a dad joke one because that's something you need. You also got I got a couple other ones, the nice ones, because these you can have these set up where it calls from an API from another website. And it's not as advanced as like a locally based one or a locally installed chatbot, but it gives you the option to have that semi-advanced motion to it. So if you go look through, you can also set up. Let me see if I got one that has an alias. I forget which one it was. I think it's my Steam one. Oh no, it's my fourth one. Yeah, so if someone types in ! Fourth wall or shop, it still comes up with the same command because I have an alias to it. So it's set up that I can have two commands call the same information and post it in the chat. So and you can have as many affiliates as you want, or not affiliates, but aliases as you want. And you can also do variables, which you go into more programming side of things. My brain hurts just trying to look at that. I'm not very good at coding. Yeah, you got to have the dad jokes, right? Now, Beatbot is not just commands. They have their own. It's very similar to the if this then that, but in this case, if this beep that. So it's kind of if you have a Twitch follow, so if a user follow on Twitch. It calls up an action. So let me go ahead and open this up here. So in this one, it brings up a overlay where I would have a graphic will show up, and a graphic will show up, and then music will play, and then a couple other things will happen as well. I'm still getting this set up, so it's not really useful to show right now, unfortunately, but the options are there. You can do all sorts of different things. So let's go ahead, try opening up another one. And you can, it says pick a service. So you can either have an extra life. This is an old because they're still working on a couple things. And the Glimish is still here, but Glimish as a service is no longer valuable. It's no longer alive. They got Kick, Ko-fi, Patreon, Picarto, Stream Elements, Streamlabs, Streamloots, Treat Stream, Trovo, and Twitch. So if we let's pick for Twitch for right now. So what happens in Twitch? Let's say a clip was created, and it gives you a couple of recommended options that you don't have to go through and, oh, I got to build everything myself. No, you can go through here and say, oh, instead of clip created, let's just do bits donated, and automatically sets up what it is. So it says user, whoever has put in the bits, has cheered, and the number of bits. So it'd be like, Lo-Fi Monk has cheered 1 billion bits, and then they'll show up in chat. And you can add on to this where you can have sound effects play in the overlay and with your browser source that you put into your stream, into your OBS. You can have sound effects play, a huge picture shows up, and I don't know what else you can think of, but you can see the actions that it's kind of, so like it says, if this, beep that. So it's a very robust system that they have built into this. So I'm gonna go ahead and cancel because I don't want that to be on here. Of course, a lot of chatbots have a quote system. They can, if someone posts up in the chat, oh, that's a funny line, I'm gonna have that as a quote. You put an exclamation quote, then line, and enter, and enters it into your database here. You have a currency that you can set up. You can have giveaways. You can do giveaways. The nice thing with Beatbot is that I have a couple game codes in here for Re-Rising. I was like earlier this year, late last year when it came out. So I have, if I wanted to run a giveaway on my channel, I can say, type in the startup command, and whoever's watching can type in exclamation point join, and they automatically get put in. And the nice thing is that I don't have to worry about, which key I'm sending out, because I already set it up here, and then say, hey, you're a winner, you get it. And it gives the person who won a message that they can go to their vault and collect their key from there. And it's pretty much, it's a good system that they have. So it kind of takes, the guesswork of say, which key should I give out? I forgot which one I'm doing on this giveaway. Crap. Where's my spreadsheet? Where's my Google Sheets? So it kind of takes the guesswork and work out of having to do everything. You just set it up and forget it. And you can change the wording on what you have set up here. They have some games that you can do. The heist. You can have your viewers start up a bank heist and just have some fun for some points to win or lose. Same thing for duels and game queues. So if you have a community night, say, hey, join up the queue. We're going to be playing some fork knife. And yeah. Yeah. I don't do that. So yeah. Automations, you got predictions. You can do predictions and have people use their points that they have accrued. Health reminder, sit up, hydrate yourself, stuff like that. Timers, same thing. You can different kind of messages, and that automatically get posted into your chat after so many minutes, or it automatically gets posted in chat. It's Stream Elements. A lot of chat bots have this as well. Here's also a nice thing. You can use the file system here. So instead of like how it is on locally based installed chatbots, it's tied into your computer. So you can easily call up files from your computer to play. Do the game keys work on YouTube? I guess there is no unfortunately, no. Beatbot does not have integration into YouTube. YouTube is kind of a weird. It's restricted. The API is very limited. The only ones I know of that have YouTube access is Atom, Mix It Up, and I think that's it for at the moment. So yeah, it's just because it's on YouTube side of things. YouTube is being mean, but the vault here are actually with the files that you can call up within the IFBT. So yeah, you can set that up for, it calls up a Owen Wilson wow. And of course, you have your users that will come in. You can have your regulars. You can have someone added to your regular. For you see a viewer comes in all the time. You can set up ranks, schedule, bot accounts, overlays, and of course all your different settings. So let's actually take a look at the locally based chatbots. And one of the newer ones is Atom. This one is actually pretty interesting where it has a lot of functionality, but not as much. What I mean by that is that if we take a look at the features, this one I love using because I use a 2 PC setup. Not only is it a 2 PC setup, but it's a 2 OS system. So I use Windows and Mac. I use a Mac is my stream PC. That's why I'm streaming right now. And my game PC is a Windows-based machine. So with this, it's cross-platform. You can use this on Linux, Mac OS, and Windows. So this one is the only one that I know of at the moment that is cross-platform. And I love that fact that I can use this. You can have it incorporates on both computers as long as it's on the same network, which is a given. But that I love Atom for that fact. And as you can see here, it has easy integration with Twitch channel points. This is the one that I know has limited YouTube integration. I think they can do chat messages and timers. We'll look into this a little bit more. You can also control OBS. And if you're a Streamlabs user, desktop user, it has integration as well. So what I mean by that is that, if let's say you're playing Cyberpunk for a good 2 hours and you decide, you know what? I feel like playing some Minecraft. You switch games to Minecraft. Atom can pick up what your game you're playing, change out your scene, change out your channel points so they're more focused on Minecraft, not Cyberpunk. And it does that all automatically pretty much. Yeah, you do have to set it up. You have to go through that process of getting everything set up. But it does that after you set it and forget it. So it's kind of really cool how they have that integration within your OBS. And it's the same thing for if you want to go for the more advanced route, knock yourself out. You got that capability there as well. And I don't know, I think Mix It Up has this. I don't know if they do, but Atom has the capability of using MIDI controls. What MIDI controls is it's a what is it? I just had it on my tip of the tongue. It's a protocol that, keyboards can communicate with your computer. Can also use it for DX, especially for lighting control, like stage lighting control, scene switching. So if you have like a DX controller, which think of it like a Stream Deck is essentially it's a MIDI controller because you push a button, it controls a hotkey, and then it goes off to your computer. It's similar. I know I'm probably explaining it absolutely poorly, but that's just my understanding on it. So as you can see here, you can do triggers, actions, like no on, off, control change program, position, select clock, start. It's all different things. So all this integrates with your favorite tool. So here is with YouTube. I'm not going to bother with Twitch because Twitch, it's pretty much got everything for Twitch. So integrates with YouTube. So you can do automatically listen to events from your active stream, chat messages added. You can do members only mode on or off. A new membership will come through, automatically post up like a scene or play a jingle. Upgraded membership milestone chats, super stickers. You can also set your stream info, send a set chat message, or a banner user. So there is a lot of integrations with YouTube, and this is what a lot of creators pretty much like the basics that any kind of creators would look for is this. So it's this is what YouTube gives Atom, the developers of Atom, and Mix It Up currently. So again, like you said, Lo-Fi Monk, YouTube needs to catch up. Really. But again, it's a huge ship and it's going to take a while. And live streaming is not really high on the priority. It's more is shorts long form video, and then live streams. Probably not in that exact order, but yeah. But you can also set it up for triggering for things on TikTok. You know, viewer join, chat messages, stream shared, question to ask. You can also control your Elgato stuff. Like Stream Deck has a Stream Deck plugin, so anything you can do in your Stream Deck, it'll go through the ATEM. You can turn on and off your Elgato lights if you got those key lights. Change the color temperature of the key lights. It also has hue integration. OSC is Open Sound Control. I have not heard of it. I have not played with it. I have no idea. But it's a powerful control over a large variety of lighting, audio, show control, and other professional. So it's like a again, it's going with the MIDI controls with the DX control with the stage lighting and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. VTube Studio. So if you're a VTuber, and this is new that they just added in, so it has a lot of stuff here as with it, and third-party extensions like Ko-fi, Beyond Energy, Stream Elements, Pulsoid, and Tiltify. And of course, with its own first-party stuff, like you can execute shell commands, run programs. You can do text-to-speech, webhooks to Discord, Slack. Okay, if you want to use Slack, but I can see Slack for more professional settings. It doesn't have, you don't have to be a gamer on Twitch. You can be like myself, or even more professional live streams. Like Bethesda probably uses something similar to this. The game studios probably do something like this, but Twitch, of course, the long list there. Now, the thing with ATEM, it does come with a cost, but it's cheap. It's $4.99 a month, or for $50 a year. Now you can try it out for 30 days. They give you a very generous 30 days to try out ATEM and just to play around with it, see how you like it, and if you want to continue using it with it. So if you want to look at ATEM, definitely look at atem.tv. I think I have no, I don't have. I'll have it in the description on YouTube after the fact, but definitely take a look. ATEM is, and also if you create content on TikTok or do shorts, it has a plugin into OBS that you can also, do they have this here? Yeah, vertical plugin. Within OBS, you have your main scene, and you also have the vertical plugin. You can stream or record vertical content as you're streaming to Twitch or YouTube. So it has a lot of good options with this, and the vertical plugin is absolutely free. You don't have to pay for that. So it's pretty cool that they have this going for them, and it's good too because I think you can actually stream via OBS with this plugin if you have a TikTok live stream key, which are highly coveted for whatever reason. But hey, whatever. So yeah, it has that capability that you can do vertical plugin while you're streaming, or you can record at any time. This vertical plugin, and it's completely customizable too. So how you can change your set up your scenes on OBS in a normal sense, you can do the same thing on the vertical side as well. So, and think of it as like two different versions of OBS running within the same instance. So that's a cool feature that they came up with. And again, like I said, it's completely free. Now, let's actually take a look at another one here. A new person in charge of YouTube. Actually, I just saw a interview that with I forget his name, the new CEO of YouTube, be interviewed with by Colin and Samir. It was interesting, and I understand that he has a difficult job pretty much to do as a CEO of YouTube. But like I said, I want to see some more changes into the live streaming aspect. They've done a lot for the short form videos, and as long as they have the basis of the long form and they don't really touch it as much or just try to improve a little bit here and there, it's great. But they need to do so much more for the live streaming aspect that if they just made a couple different changes would completely change the ecosystem of live streaming and try it for YouTube Shorts with the hotkey. No, I've 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 gone through a impasse with Shorts. Is that on my YouTube channel, on the YouTube channel that you're watching here, I used to do Shorts every other day. I kind of stopped for the month of October just to see how everything starts leveling out. But it's kind of like Shorts were kind of just overwhelming my long form video, and it was just pushing everything off to the side. So I'm like, what I've been hearing is that Shorts, yes, they have a different algorithm, but it does overwhelm your other content. So I'm going to try a couple different things here and there. I got like 30 plus days of stuff I can still put out. This is sitting in my folders. Now, let's actually take a look at Mix It Up here. Mix It Up is another locally installed chatbot that you can use. And it's been around for years. And it was originally created for people who stream on Mixer, hence the name Mix It Up. Mixer. And it was great at that time too. Unfortunately, as we all know and understand, Mixer died a horrible fate. And the developers at Mix It Up decided, oh crap, if we want to continue doing this, we gotta pivot. So they did a great job pivoting into integrating their bot into Twitch. And now they've also integrated the features into YouTube and Trovo. So as you see here, it's a bot unlike any other, with an amazing team of developers working around the clock to bring the absolute best features our community members have requested. We are one of the most featured-packed stream bots out there, which provides streamers with a wide and versatile set of tools to help make your streams visually and interactively appealing to your audience. Good PR speak, you gotta have put out on there. So they got full support for Twitch, YouTube, and Trovo. They got easy to use interface, frequent updates, bug fixes. They got a responsive support team. Same thing with Beatbot. It's the same. It's because it's a small team, so they had to have some people that are looking into their support ticket system. So, of course, they have a Stream Deck features. You can use stream avatars. So stream avatars is kind of like this, I want to say like, what's up, Sleepy Austin? It's like a small mini game that shows up on the bottom of your actual stream. So people coming in, they can have their own little avatars that'll pop up and they'll walk back and forth. And it's just something cool to have, interactive, that your viewers can interact with. You got broadcast integration. So nice thing here is that this includes not only OBS but Streamlabs desktop, and also has XSplit, which is great because a lot of people don't really I'm not going to say don't use XSplit, but there are a few people who use XSplit. More people use OBS than anything else, really. And a few others use Streamlabs desktop. But we won't put that past them. All right, so you can have your Twitch bits. Wow. Freudian slip there. Channel points. You can also do integration with Twitch clips. Social media. This, especially with the Twitter aspect, I believe they took out Twitter because of Twitter's stupid reasoning to kill all API access and API third-party market. So that is dead, but you can also still post into your Discord server. So it has full Discord integration. So it's like it can post your going live tweets in a special channel in your Discord. Oh yeah, with YouTube, it just, sub count 50 to get monetized. Yeah, I'll talk about that in just a moment. Integration with charity services. You got Extra Life and Tiltify. Real-time chat with emotes and Twitch emotes and badges for partners, as well as better TTV and Frankerface Z emote support. So that's pretty cool that you get those integrations. Commands, just like with anybody else, you have a command system. You also have currency, you got inventory. So you can let your users acquire all sorts of different items and decide what they can spend them on and even trade them with other users. You have a rank up system, moderation. You got giveaway system, reward your community with prizes. Giveaway entries can be set up to be follower only, rank restricted, or purchased using a currency of your choice. You gotta be careful with that though. Events, timers, quotes, counters. You have mini games, a game queue, it was a player queue, multi-streamer support, share a PC with another streamer. So now switching between setups is just a click of a button. So that's pretty cool that you can have profiles that you can set up between your profile and somebody else's profile. Text to speech, file actions, input emulation. So if you're playing Fork Knife or Apex or something like that, you can have on your screen like an overlay of a keyboard and or a game controller, and it'll show your button clicks and movements and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. Translation services. You can have your chat or actions translated on the fly to one of over 50 different languages. It's pretty cool. Set up your serial communication with your serial comm device. Robots or a face slapping hat. Okay. I don't know why would you do that, but hey, you do you. Conditional statistics, external programs, web requests, and developer API. So Mix It Up is actually really good. That it's just like Atom, but it does offer a little bit more control than Atom does. Atom is great for what it does, but it's lacking in certain features that Mix It Up has, because it's been around longer and it has the test of time and trials of the tribulations and whatever sayings, but it has that functionality that Atom is probably going to eventually get down the line, but Mix It Up does have what you have available to you right now, and it is free. You don't have to pay for it. So I know some people say, "Oh, well, Atom, why do I got to pay for a chatbot?" Well, it's because the server does cost some money, a lot of money. So to help offset that cost, they have decided to charge for their chatbot, and it's completely up to you. If you want to spend $5 a month or $50 a year, that's okay. Or if you want to go the free route, there's Mix It Up. You have options available to you. So it's just not one thing or another. So I do have a couple videos on the YouTube where setting up Mix It Up with like your clips. I'm drawing a blank right now, but I'm going to be doing some other videos for bot specific stuff. I have some stuff set up in the pipeline for Beatbot integration stuff, and then Mix It Up and Atom. So thank you for joining me on this episode of the Independent Creator Podcast. If you're here for the live streaming audience that are here right now, say hello, everybody. Yep. If you don't hear them, turn up your volume. They're there. But what we do is we have a live stream every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, that we do a live recording of this episode. And this episode will be released following week to be viewed on our YouTube channel. Or if you want to listen to it on your audio podcast player of choice, you can go right ahead. I do have to say, if you want to join our community at This Indie Creator is our forums and our website, where it's like a collaboration between content creation, alternative platforms, indie game stuff, indie game development. So this is basically, it's an upstart. It's there for hopefully every one of you to join in our forums here. And yes, we do have a Discord server that, it's there, but I'm more focused on getting the website up and running and focusing on that first. But stick around after this episode for some Q&A if you guys want to continue going on. But this is the end of the episode, and I want to say thank you for coming by, and have a good night, and later, taters.